been too long. A year's too long. We got to have multiple toy fairs.
Listen, it's been a year, but we also talk online.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Yes.
Our podcast. Thank you again for that.
Of course. No.
But,
anytime.
We're here, and I got to say I'm very, very overwhelmed because the booth, even though it's about the same size, there's just a lot more going on.
I told you to expect a lot. Come on. Did you? So you does this exceed expectations? Does it meet expectations?
Beyond exceeds.
Beyond exceeds. Okay.
Because again, we talk about like the constant reveals that you tease online.
Yeah.
The fans love it, but you've been so secretive, and for you to be able to keep all this stuff in.
Yes.
I mean, look, there's leaks, there's AI slop, there's a lot of that stuff, but really the core of everything is just the variety. I'm loving what you have here. So before we get into that, really important question. Yeah. Restocks. I know it's a constant
Let's talk Restocks. Let's talk Restocks.
Okay. As far as the fandom, but I know that you have it under control. So what can you tell us?
So yeah, and as like a little preface about Five Nights' history at retail, is really because Five Nights has a lovely history of being at retail with toys. They've had many different partners, some of whom still are in market at certain toy retailers.
Right.
Very, very important here is that history is remembered by retailers, right? Walmart, Target, they remember things that have worked, things that have not worked, and they want to make sure that they're selling toys well, right?
Right.
So last year when we reintroduced our line, when we introduced our approach for Five Nights at Freddy's, I think it was both familiar and new to many buyers.
Right.
And so a lot of them kind of waded into the water. A great thing to always remind you and anyone else is that manufacturers manufacture toys, retailers retail toys, right? We need to make sure that they take, or they order our product, right? Because we want to make sure our designers, my team, every member of the FNAF team at Jazwares, we want people to be able to get, the stuff that we work really, really hard on, that we put our love and our blood, sweat, and tears into making. And so just with that history in mind, knowing that Walmart remembers what worked, knowing that Target remembers what didn't work, I think they waded into the water, and I think we exceeded expectations.
Yeah, for sure.
And I'm so grateful for it because, we don't know if something is truly 100% going to work until it's finally out there and it gets in the hands of the fans.
Right.
And it's very touching, and it's very just wonderful and gratifying to know that we have really made people happy with what we've made. So on the topic of restocks, that is the number one point of conversation at New York Toy Fair. I just had a conversation with our friends from GameStop. We were chatting about restocks. We're going to have conversations with all of our major retailer partners. But we've been on that, chasing every restock since we launched full line in October. We have a big game plan going, and without spoiling anything too crazy, something so exciting is I would wager at least 3 to 4 times as much stock is going to be out there in fall of this year. And when I say that, I mean from what was available in fall of last year. Spring tends to be a little bit lighter in toy, right? Obviously, our toys are selling really, really fast in spring, but compared to fall of last year, I would say 3 to 4 times, but we're chasing getting more toys in more places. So that is priority number 1 for us because we know that the demand is there. For Vault, a little bit more of a unique situation. So we're new to direct to consumer. A lot of companies made their bread and butter off of direct to consumer. We are originally a retailer company, right? Vault is very new for us. It's only a couple years old in terms of, I think it's only 2 or 3 years old. 2 at most years old. We're new to it, and the response for Five Nights has broken so many records for us. And I've gone to our Vault team saying, guys, this is it. This is the brand that, works really well for direct consumer. What more can we do for the fans? Putting in the limit of orders, right? That's a big one for consideration to ensure that the fans are able to get it, that it doesn't just sell out in a minute, but of course, things do still sell out in a minute or 90 seconds. So where's the solve from there? I'm very, very happy to share that we are going to be restocking Shadow Freddy soon. And for the first time in Jazwares history, because of the what the fans have asked for, that I have been able to take to the Vault team and say, guys, we need to do something. We need to make sure that, fans who maybe aren't online the minute something is posted, right, are able to get our toys. So the first time ever, Jazwares is going to be doing make to order. We're going to be doing MTO.
Okay.
So manufacturer to order, make to order is that we are going to have complete open stock. People are going to be able to order what they want. That is actually why we increased the stock limit from 2 to 5.
I was going to ask you.
Yes,
Yep,
that was not just.
Okay.
And I actually reached out to the vault team and said, we did that on purpose, right? And it's, this is all part of the plan. So for the first time ever, they've worked that system out. That is going to allow everyone to get their figure. It might be a little bit longer of time for them to actually get it from, get it shipped to them.
Of course.
But that is our way of meeting the fans, not just halfway, but saying, hey, like, we hear you. We know that you guys want our figures and the exclusives, and we have a lot of exclusives coming up. Actually, there might be some reveals at our collector night. Who knows? Some future vault items. But that is, I'm going to push personally. I'm not confirming. I'm going to push that we make this more of a norm. That we make this, because I know that fans have obligations. They're at work, they're at school, they're doing all that. Like, I want to make sure that when they see something, an exciting new exclusive, they are able to get it. The last thing I'll say about Restocks is exclusives, because I know right now Lefty is flying off the shelves. Our Hot Topic box lunch exclusive. So exclusives are going to be exclusives for as long as that retailer takes it, and that's a relationship thing. So Hot Topic box lunch, they have the exclusive on Nightmarion and Lefty. This is something that's very normal in the toy industry. If it's not a year, but sometimes like the average time can be a year. If a year goes by and they don't place orders, we open that one up. Fair enough. Lefty goes to anyone who will take it, and we know that the demand will be there. Nightmarion, thankfully, Hot Topic and Box Lunch are ordering more of those.
Which is good.
So the restocks are going to keep on coming. And if for some reason they say, hey, we want to move on to something else because of shelf space, so on and so forth, we'll go, awesome, thank you so much. Okay, let's see where else we can get Lefty, placed to ensure that fans can get them. I've said this once, I'll say it a million times before, we have no plans to retire characters. That is never something that we ever intend to do. We know that, every year, every month, a new Five Nights at Freddy's fan comes into the fandom. I never want there to be a situation in which that person cannot get their favorite character. That is a hard and fast rule that not just I believe in, our design team, the rest of our brand team, marketing team, we firmly believe that, because we know that every character is at least someone's favorite, and we want to make sure that they're able to get that character in flesh in figure form.
That's awesome.
Okay. Long answer, huh?
No. I mean, look, I wasn't expecting the answer, so I'm grateful. I think the fans will appreciate it, because look, the one thing we can say is the community has been very willing and patient. There's a lot of toxicity in the world. The fandom doesn't have as much of it as you would see in other franchises, because they understand it's more against the scalper than anything else.
Absolutely. And I've been pretty public with my hatred of scalping. But listen, it's such an honor to serve fandoms, and you know that my background with Halo and Pokemon. Five Nights was a natural progression for me, and it was something that I understood the language of Five Nights, not just as a fan myself, but knowing how the fandom not how the fandom works, but
as a fan, we want to make
sure. And the thing is that it's not often that a toy company, a manufacturer, is able to be like, hey, we love this stuff too. And yes, there are limits, and yes, there are timeline things, and yes, there's all these logistics, right? And yet, we want to make those dreams come true, make those things a reality. So, awesome. Really excited about what we've been able to achieve in really a short period of time. We've only been at market technically fully since last October, but last July, really. Yeah.
I mean, and you went from 1 year, from just a couple of figures, a couple of lines, to 7, 8 different lines. So that's really exciting. Is there going to be any reveals that maybe you haven't teased online?
Yes, actually. Keep an eye out? Everything that's here, shockingly, is not everything that's coming out at the end of the year. There are certain new things that are coming out. There's some more, exclusive stuff like that. There's a few more retailer exclusives that we have teased, second waves coming out, so on and so forth. This is majority of what is coming out in the next year, and we obviously have some really big new items, some refreshes of Endo series, the deluxe collector Freddy helmet. I mean, this is our little cherry on top, crown jewel, dream come true project that we've been working on.
What made you think to put the eyes too? Because at first I was sold on it, but then I saw you turn it on.
So expression was a really big thing that we wanted to explore. So the two big focuses were detail and affordability. So the battery pack is in here.
Okay.
It does take 3 AAA batteries, but that's also so we do some good weight distribution. The focus for us was detail and affordability.
Right.
$99.99 is the MSRP. And so putting features in this was also a crucial aspect to kind of bring the character to life. So the IPT, or fancy talk for LED, lights allow us to have the eyes looking back and forth.
Right.
A really great level of fidelity. Again, for the price point, we want this to be an item where someone looks at it and goes like, oh, I would spend, I would expect that to be a $200 or $300 item even. Nope.
Yeah.
It's a $100
and from looking
item.
at it at first glance, you would think that, honestly.
And you can wear it, you can display it. It's a fun little piece to just kind of have on the shelf, looking around everywhere.
Right.
But the camera ask a question.
Of course.
Please.
The eyes.
Yeah.
When you're wearing it, you can see through.
So actually, you can see under the eyes, so the eye slits are right underneath where you can see.
You wouldn't even tell.
Does it look familiar? I think this might be showing up at GameStop first, actually. This is going to be a GameStop exclusive for 2026. This one's going to be kind of a later fall item, but we are so unbelievably proud of it.
Maybe,
He's got his angry
Halloween
eyes on.
time?
Huh?
Maybe Halloween time for luck?
Maybe around the Halloween time.
Maybe
So I actually
perfect,
saw
right?
the eyes change a little bit. Again, this is a prototype, but the eyes do change when you open your mouth. So let me see if I can.
I'm wondering if maybe the regular sauce did any of the programming and didn't tell you.
Let's say we tried to maybe capture some of his remnant, and I guess that would imply that he's not with us anymore. No, so the regular sauce is a huge friend of the company. He's a big friend of the team. Actually, I should more so say. He's the best. He's so
really
awesome.
is.
We did tune him in on this item pretty early on to get his thoughts.
Right. Awesome.
Obviously, he has his own design process. He has his own, his own style even.
Right.
But he was someone who we were like, we need to make sure that he's someone who we reach out to and say, what do you think? And I think he likes it. I don't want to speak for him, but I do think that Trey likes it. Here, I'll put this on.
Oh boy.
Alrighty.
I love it. It's incredible.
Can you hear me fine?
Yep.
Actually, I'm sure the mic picks me up. So I just put this this helmet on. I can see perfectly fine. I hope the helmet doesn't, the hat doesn't come off.
I mean, you look more like Shadow Freddy now because your eyes went away. So I'm scared.
True, really? All right, let's see. Let me turn back on. He went into sleep mode. So if I move my jaw more properly, right?
It's so good. That's so good. I'm in love.
It's just a cool little extra feature that we packed
I'm
in
not
here.
even a fan of this. I'm just tagging along, but this looks unbelievable.
Yeah.
This is really.
Wow.
I mean, for the price point.
Exactly, and that's the big thing for us is we want everyone to be able to participate.
We'll edit the
No
sound.
boop there.
We'll edit the sound.
Yeah, put it in post. No boop there. Maybe the $150 version has a little a honk. But
that one's in the vault though.
That's right. Actually, I can also share. Not only is this item going to be on GameStop, it's also going to be on Vault. And super important to mention here, not just MSRP for Vault, also MSRP on GameStop. I know that prices can fluctuate. We did just confirm with the GameStop team, it is going to be a $99.99 sold price on GameStop.
Okay, awesome. 2 quick more questions because
Yes,
I don't
of
want to
course.
take too much of your time.
No. Ask whatever.
Premium figures. You've got all these different lines. I love the endos.
Yes.
To the fact that we've doubled down in the house. We have 2 of every one. So seeing the differences with now you've revealed security breach, the design looks a little different. Can you talk a little bit about?
Yeah. So here, and I'll answer your question also more so. First off, new endo frame, right? This is the Glamrock endo that appears in the Security Breach games / game and DLC. So completely different endo. Better articulation even than Endo 1. So it's got full neck articulation, left and right. The foot comes off because, I didn't put it on properly. That's fun. So all the pieces are swappable because everything is completely exchangeable when it comes to the hands, the feet, the torso even, if you're talking Monty with Shattered Monty. But yeah, so we were able to do the Glamrocks, the standard Glamrocks, and then their shattered versions just because we just loved the sculpt. Again, these were designed by, I should also mention that the helmet was designed by Wan Yoon and Richie Gov, and these were designed by the incredible JP White and Eric Hill. JP White and Eric Hill are also our designers on our mainline figures as well, the World of
Okay.
Figures. What they were able to achieve is absolutely amazing. Okay. What absolutely amazing, and you can see that there's a bit of difference in the builds of characters, right?
Yes.
So the reason why that we're able to achieve is that there are sliding mechanisms that you're allowed to extend the torso, the legs, so on and so forth. But yeah, super excited about
Maybe like
Endo
a
series.
certain mimic.
Something like that.
Something like that.
So you asked me
premium.
about collector figures, right? And our collector figure is Endo series.
Right.
That's one of ours. We're going to have more kind of different kinds of collector figures.
Okay.
Since Jump, I've always wanted there to be something that was more premium than even just Endo series, because as fan bases grow older and as fan bases grow more discerning, right? Maybe they don't want a action figure, right, with a jump scare feature.
Right.
The construction aspect of Endo series is something we're really proud of, because just bringing that to life was just takes a lot of consideration, a lot of time, and it's so exciting to see what we've achieved. But what about the people who want something that is just a true blue core action figure or a collector figure?
Yeah.
Truly, maybe higher price point, maybe similar to the stuff that you see from other companies that are a little more boutique than your large mass company, right? Something for maybe $40, $50, right?
Okay.
No action feature, no little gimmick, if you want to call it a gimmick, just something super high quality, great articulation, great level of detail.
Okay.
We are working on something for 2027.
Okay.
Because good things take time.
Right.
Very
course.
important to mention here too is that the more time we take on stuff, generally the better quality we even make. A great example being, we're working on a little bit of revisions and some refinements for our original wave, because we did that fairly quickly, and we're so happy with how Wave 1 came out. Our partners, our licensing partners were happy too, but we always want to search for something a little bit even better from what we've already done.
Right.
So, like for instance, Foxy, our Foxy Endo series, we are going to be distributing Foxys that have the 2 toes, because I know that it was just the 3 toes.
Right.
So we did correct that with a new tooled toe. And because of some regulations in the UK, we did have to make a little bit of modifications to ensure that everyone could take that Foxy figure. Otherwise, there were a little bit some kind of safety things. So given the time that we've had now, we are working on some revisions for that figure as well. So there's going to be different versions of approved, fully approved, and nothing wrong with them, but just different versions as we dial in more and more.
Right.
Endo Series Wave 3 is really the first time that you can see how
Much
a full development cycle that is not truncated anyway, what we're able to achieve detail-wise with jagged edges, with recessing, stuff like that. That is why this, let's call it Ultimate Collector figure series, that is why it's going to take until 2027, but believe you me, it is worth the wait. What I have seen is, it is some of the best stuff I've ever seen our designers work on, and that's saying something because we have such talented designers.
Right. And
yes,
I won't have to take the toys from my kid.
That's right. That's true. You got something for you.
This is all Xander.
And something for Xander. That's right. That's right. That's right. Do you have any other questions? I'm happy to.
Can you tease scale?
Scale maybe a little bit bigger than Endo Series. Maybe a little bit bigger than Endo Series.
Okay.
Maybe.
All right. I really want to ask a question that's not Five Nights related, because I noticed I did my awesome tour, which I'm very grateful for, but there was no total anime.
Okay.
There's no Dark Deku.
Yeah. Well, so no Dark Deku. I can correct you on that one, my friend. So I recently became the senior manager over the Total Anime line.
Congrats.
And priority number 1 for me was Dark Deku. I've seen the demand for Dark Deku since Jump. And I know that fans have been inquiring, like, where can I find this figure? Also, like, what's going on with the line? The future of Total, we're kind of like hashing out a new approach, because I think a lot of people have seen that, like, Dark Deku and other figures were a retailer exclusive.
Right.
That is not the case anymore.
Okay.
And that's just because certain things change, and that's a very natural thing that happens in the toy industry. So I can share. And you are the one that'll break the news to, and you will be the ones that I break the news to. Dark Deku, it's going to be on Amazon. It's going to be on Amazon within the next couple of months. I don't have an exact date, but I will say it's within the next 2 months. There will be a listing for Dark Deku, the figure that everyone's been asking for from Total Anime. But yeah, that's been a big priority. And then moving forward, we're taking a lot of the the figures that we were originally making as an exclusive. And we're going to try to open that up so fans of all the different series that we make figures for under Total Anime, that they're able to get them. Because again, just like Five Nights at Freddy's, Total, any brand that I'm working on, any brand that anyone is working on at Jazwares, the entire brand team, there's love, and we want to make sure that fans are able to get the toys that we make. That's why we do it. We don't just do it for fun. We also want to make sure that you can enjoy it and everyone at home can enjoy it. So yes, to reiterate, Dark Deku will be on Amazon.com. So excited. Really happy with how the figures come out, and hopefully I think everyone will agree that he is worth the wait.
Thank you, Aaron.
Yeah,
appreciate your time as always.
Thank you so much.
Always
Benny.
a pleasure.
So good to spend time with you, man.
It's really fantastic. Just remember, everybody, Toy Fair just started. There's more reveals to come. Can't talk about them now, but stay tuned. Make sure Jazwares is going to let you know. Hope you guys have a great rest of the show. Take care.